Oh, welcome back to the channel, Fix It Wednesday on Northern's on Tour. Today we're going to do some vehicle maintenance. So we're going to do an engine service on the motorhome, engine oil and filter. We're going to do the fuel filter and we're going to replace the air filter. So I'll take you with me, we'll show you what we need to do. We're actually going to extract the oil out with a pump. We're not going to drain it from underneath, because last time when I did that I got absolutely covered in oil, because it does hold, I think, about 6.5 litres in the engine, and it's under a lot of pressure when it's warm. So I'm going to start the van up, we're going to get the engine oil warm, we're going to change the engine oil and filter, and then we're going to look at the other things like the fuel filter. And a little tip with the fuel filter on the Fiat Ducato, on the last model like ours, they are a little bit of a weak point on the fuel filter, and you can have problems further down the line with fractures and so on. So we'll be very careful, and we'll show you what we're doing as we do it. So let's get cracking. Right, so the engine's now warmed up, so I'm going to put the pump in. I'll show you how this goes in. This is what a lot of the dealerships use to do a quick oil and filter change. You don't actually take the sump plug out, but just put it in the dipstick tube and suck the oil out. So the engine's up to temperature, the oil's thin. Let's get it pumped out. And that's a pump. I'm just warming the pipes up because they've gone rigid. The little one goes into the dipstick tube down there. I'll take that out. Right, so this goes into the dipstick tube, like so, and into the oil. Hopefully, if we can get it in. And the other end goes into the barrel, the oil barrel. Right, so connect up these two clips. Best laid plans and all that. Unfortunately, the dipstick tube, it must be really tight on the end and the pipe won't go in, so we're going to have to drain it from underneath. Right. The right socket. That's one. Oh, that was tight. This oil's going to be really hot as well. We'll have to drain it in 2 stages. It is hot. It's really hot, that. I think what we'll have to do is let that cool down a little bit, because it's just too hot. It's just burning me. The oil's too hot, so we'll let it cool down. We'll do the air filter next, which is there. So So we're going to do the air filter next, so I need a screwdriver. Let these screws come undone. I've got a screwdriver. The problem with these Fiats, the screws sometimes seize in. It's always well to put them in with some little bit of grease when you put it back together, just to stop them from seizing and like gripping hold of the plastic and rusting, because if you can't undo them, they're a nightmare. And these aren't very good now, so that's what I'm doing anyway. Oh, it's moving a bit. As you can see, that one is a problem one now. It got the airbox out, but it won't come out without a major strip down, so I've got two more to get out. One of them someone's already replaced, and it's just that one now. If I get that out, I'm winning. And there's your problems, them screws there, can you see? All rusted up. So we're going to see if I can replace them with something else, because there's no way I'm putting them back in again. Whew. There we go. Put some new screws in and the air filters in. That was a bit of a mission, so let's get it back together. What a mission. Put some grease on. And then going rusty air. There we go. Well, that's hard to do an air filter in about an hour and a half. Fuel filter there I'm not looking forward to either. We'll let that drain for half an hour or so, and we'll get the oil filter off. Fuel filter housing. It's taken out from the back of the headlight. Again, very difficult to do. It's just a case of screwing it. And taking out the filter, which is pretty minging. Now the filter's back in. New fuel filter in it. Now we'll have to prime it. So, bit of an update. Fuel filter's back in, not leaking. Air filter's in, fixed in. I'm just taking the oil filter off now and putting a new one on and getting it back on, getting the oil in, and then we're going to do the rest of the levels. So let's crack on. The oil filter's up there somewhere. As you can see, just going to take that out now. We're still going to get covered. A messy job servicing your vehicle. There we go. Now interestingly, last time I changed this was the 19th of March last year at 43,9 something or other, so we're now at 50,000, so we've done 7,000 miles. So probably wasn't due. So new one. Check the part. 914/28. And as you can see, I've scribbled on today's date and the mileage, which is 5380. So at least then when look at it again, I can see when it would change without getting the service book out. Screw that in. We'll nip it up with the pipe grips actually, just to finish it. Shift this out of the way. A strange thing with oil filters, because they don't have to go up that tight, really. Getting too old for this. So I'm going to put the oil in now. This holds apparently 5.9 litres, so we'll see. Try and pour it in without pouring it all down the engine. Can't find my funnel, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. So this is Shell Helix engine oil, so one of the better grades, suitable for this engine with the particulate filter as well. That should be enough. I know the oil I've drained out was exactly the same, so what we'll do is when we crank it, we won't let it start, we'll let it run through a bit. I've also had the ignition on to let the diesel filter prime. That should be primed hopefully now, because we don't want to get it airlocked because they're a nightmare to get going. So I'll just give an indication on the dipstick. Yeah, so it's looks like it's over full, but actually once we've run it and it's gone into the filled the oil filter up, that's probably going to be about correct. So let's start it up. So that's the engine run up. Fuel filter looks nice and dry. Right, probably can't see very much in there, that's a filter housing, but it's nice and dry now. It's just evaporating the brake cleaner, and then we'll tell if there's any issues with it. Let's check the oil level. Yeah, so that's right at that. As you can see, just there, that's a cut-off point, and it's all started to break up, so yeah, that's fine, that. So that's the engine now serviced, new oil filter, fuel filter and air filter. So yeah, a bit of a mission to be honest. Nothing was just straightforward, but it's all back together now. Everything's back on, filters in. It's been running for 10 minutes with no leaks. Double check the oil level, that's correct. The only thing I didn't do off camera, which I've checked, is the antifreeze coolant, engine coolant level and strength, which is okay down to -30. The brake fluid, which is it's just under the mark there. You can actually see, I'll tighten that up. You can see the level in there, spotlessly clean, which is good. It is supposed to be clean, well not clean, but changed every something like 4 years, something like that. Power steering, which is fine, and the screen washer there, which I've topped up. And that's it. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe if you want to see more of this sort of video. Till next time, see you later.